What is a victim mentality? We're going to go into this because a lot of you have heard this term before, and I'm going to explain to you exactly what that term means and exactly how you should think about that term. That term, victim mentality, was used when black people specifically would speak on historical events that happened to them, especially when tying it in to what is going on today. Okay? They would say, you bringing up these facts makes you a victim. Now, all that was a counter argument to the facts that were being brought out. Why? To shame the people bringing out these facts. To shame the black people that were bringing out the facts about history and what was being done, redlining, so on and so forth, which 100% affects you today and 100% affects them today. The reason why they were able to sell off their estate is because of the redlining law, right? And black people were not able to do it. The reason why they were able to have a home in their house for generations and generations and pass it down to their children, along with certain relics that are worth money and you know in a fat check, is because of the conditions that they were put in at that time. They were put in favorable conditions while we were put in unfavorable positions, which brought us back to zero. All of these things are relevant for today. They all led up to what's going on today. So when you say, oh, that's having a victim mentality, the fact of the matter is you were a victim. Okay? You were a victim of a crime. Okay? Your ancestors. And the reason why you're in the position you're in today is a direct result of that victimization. The thing is, you guys are scared to say that because you don't want them to feel uncomfortable. They shamed you into saying, listen, don't speak about those things. I'm going to speak about the truth. And you cannot fix a problem until you go to the root of the problem. I'm going to say that one more time for you guys in the back. You cannot fix a problem until you go to the root of the problem. And the problem is that they're always at the root of the problem. People that look like them are always at the root of the problems. Not only for us, really for the world conflicts. When you look at a lot of these things, you know, certain people that look like them were behind it. But it's not spoken about in history. These things have to be addressed because, like I said, in order for you to fix a problem, you have to go to the root of the problem. You don't start dealing with the surface results. The main thing you have to do is deal with the internal results, the root. Just like when you have a breakout, you got to figure out what you're eating that's causing you to have this breakout. You got to change your diet. Yeah, you can put on creams and whatnot, but that's not really getting rid of the problem. It's masking the problem. These things must be spoken about because you must understand what this system is and why you think the way you think and why our people are behaving the way they're behaving. And that's not an excuse for them. I'm not giving them any excuses. YNs don't get any excuse on my end. These hoes don't get no excuse on my ends. Okay? I address all of that. All of them need to go. They're helping to perpetuate this. But that does not take away from the fact that it was a deliberate plan put in place by those who control industries. You think that's some light thing? You think that's some small thing? To control the media? Do you not understand the power of media? You must be ignorant to the power of media. Go look up the father of propaganda and understand why you buy the products you buy today. Understand how many of these big companies were able to get to such a level. Propaganda just doesn't affect one group of people. Propaganda affects whoever it touches as a group. Yes, us as individuals, we may be awakened, but I'm not just concerned with the individuals. I care about my people as a whole. I'm not just looking at just the individual. I care about my people as a whole. So you have to understand, what does having a victim mentality mean? Because when we speak about these things, I'm not saying that means you can't do anything, you can't be successful because this is in place. You can reach to a certain level, but understand that when you're trying to reach to those higher levels, you can just ask Diddy and the rest of these guys that got to those certain levels, that they gotta talk to certain people and do certain things. That's real. Okay? Because that's who controls the industries. And you're not just gonna be able to just walk around that. You have to deal with that head on. You have to make a decision. Nah, I'm gonna stay in this position, I'm gonna go back down, or I'm gonna go deal with them. Because they are gatekeeping a certain level. That's 100%. And I'm gonna have to play that video that shows how young black men were thinking back in the 60s. They were in a more lion-like state, a more courageous, straightforward mind state. They understood what was going on more back then. And they understood that they had enemies. While they were trying to send the pastors to us to pacify us. I'm gonna do a special on that particular video I'm talking about. I'm tired of these people using the talking points of the people that basically just want you to shut up about anything that makes them look negative, while they push everything that makes you look negative. Because the same people that are telling you don't play the victim, nobody plays the victim more than them. Nobody's complaining about the immigrants and everything going around and blaming everybody for their problems more than them. This is the hypocrisy of it all, man. And y'all don't see it. Because you are under a spell. Well, the reason you can't see it is because of the media. You're on one side of the media. They got this left-right game that they play, and you're either on the left or the right side for most people. Nobody has a critical mind. Most people don't have a critical mind to be on neither side and to just judge each individual argument. The reason you're saying what you're saying, and I'm speaking to a particular person that came on the comment section, the reason you're saying what you're saying is because you've seen all them people on the right side of the media, right, tell you that that's a victim mentality. So anything you bring up about the past and history, about what they've done, is all victim mentality. That's all classified as victim mentality. Which is absolutely ridiculous, man. Absolutely ridiculous. When you speak about things that happened in the past, that's what leads to what you have now. The third industrial revolution is leading to the fourth industrial revolution. The technology of the first computer is leading to has led to quantum computing. There was a process of time. There was things that happened. People had to understand first the original to understand how the newer technology works. So I don't want to hear nobody come in my comment section talking about no goddamn victim mentality, man. Hey, whether we bring up these things or not, the fact is you are a victim. You have been victimized. But that doesn't mean that you ball up in a corner. That means we do what we always been doing. You stay resilient, you adapt, you move forward, you get stronger. That's what you're supposed to be doing. So they can say whatever they want to say. The facts are the facts. And I'm not gonna stop bringing out the truth of what has been going on. And that these things were deliberate. What you think, the crack being put in the hood, mixed with gangster rap music, mixed with the gun crates that were put in Chicago in these different hoods, was all accident? Don't mean nothing? It don't have nothing to do with nothing. Of course it has something to do with something, man. It was a plot to destroy you. To allow you to destroy yourself. So when you break that down like that, now people can say, wait a minute, yeah, so why am I doing this? I'm doing this because the enemy wanted me to be in this position. You're not just doing it just because, oh, this is how I grew up and this is all I know. No, it's deeper than that. So don't listen to any nonsense talking about playing the victim mentality, because nobody, like I said, I'm going to say it one more time, nobody plays the victim more than the people that are telling you that it's a victim mentality. So with that, I'm out.